In Madagascar, a nation plagued by poverty and inequality, a powerful movement is brewing. The youth, led by Generation Z, are taking to the streets, their voices echoing a global cry for change. But here's the catch. While they know what they're against, the question of what comes next remains shrouded in uncertainty. A movement without a clear vision. Amidst the protests, a 21-year-old law student, Angie Rakoto, stands firm in her demand for President Andry Rajoelina's resignation. Yet, when asked about the future, she admits, honestly, "I've no idea who should replace him." This sentiment resonates with thousands of Gen Z protesters who, despite their passion, lack a clear plan for the nation's leadership. Global echoes of youthful discontent. Madagascar's turmoil is not an isolated incident. Similar protests have erupted in countries like Morocco, Peru, and Nepal, where young people march against inequality, unemployment, and the erosion of public services. The anger is palpable, but the solution remains elusive. The symbolism of protest. At a recent protest in Antananarivo, a flag depicting a skull with a straw hat from the manga One Piece was raised. This symbol, common in Gen Z demonstrations worldwide, represents a generation's frustration with being ruled by an elite, mostly older, male-dominated system that has failed to address their concerns. A military takeover? According to the Constitution, if Rajoelina steps down, the interim president of the Senate, Jean-André Nimanjari, should take over until elections. However, with the protest movement leaderless and the army's role in ousting Rajoelina, a military takeover seems increasingly likely. Despite the historical failures of military rule, many protesters remain unconcerned, hoping for a leader who can bring about positive change. A nation in poverty. Madagascar's poverty is a stark reality. With 3/4 of its population living below the World Bank's poverty line, the nation struggles to provide for its people. The average income is a meager $600 per year. And the youth, with a median age of 19, face a bleak future. Many Malagasy blame their former colonial master, France, for their problems, further fueling the protests. The failure of natural resources. Madagascar is rich in natural resources, including vanilla, minerals, seafood, and textiles. Yet, successive governments have failed to translate these resources into prosperity. Rajoelina's unfulfilled promises to improve the economy were a major driving force behind the protests. Tour guide Andre Hassana, 26, sums it up. "We ask for jobs, electricity, and affordable rice, but all we get are empty speeches." A hopeful yet cautious outlook. Despite the uncertainty, there is a glimmer of hope. Hassana believes that the Malagasy people have learned from their experiences and will not tolerate another failed leadership. However, the question remains, can Madagascar find a leader who can truly bring about the change the youth so passionately desire? And this is the part most people miss. The story of Madagascar's protests is not just about a leader's downfall, but about a generation's fight for a better future. What do you think? Can Madagascar's youth-led movement bring about real change? Or is it destined to repeat history,